Hello? Nah, not this time. This time we gotta be serious. To my selfless Spartans, welcome back. To my good people, join us. I've decided to give you one of the signs that I received because it's Holy Week. And some of you are finding it hard to be faithful. The coming of the Holy Spirit, Acts. When the day of Pentecost had come, they were all together in one place, and suddenly a sound came from heaven like the rush of a mighty wind, and filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared to them tongues as of fire, distributed and resting on each one of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak in other tongues, as the Spirit gave them utterance. Now there were dwelling in Jerusalem Jews, devout men from every nation under heaven. And at this sound the multitude came together, and they were bewildered, because each one heard them speaking in his own language. And they were amazed and wondered, saying, Are not all these who are speaking Galileans? And how is it that we hear each of us in his own native language? Parthians, and Medes, and Elamites, and residents of Mesopotamia, Judea, and Cappadocia, Pontus, and Asia, Phrygia, and Pamphylia, Egypt, and the parts of Libya belonging to Cyrene, and visitors from Rome, both Jews and proselytes, Cretans and Arabians. We hear them telling in our own tongues the mighty works of God. And all were amazed and perplexed, saying to one another, What does this mean? But others mocked, saying, They are filled with new wine. You see, sometimes it doesn't matter. No matter how amazing the gifts you produce are, people will find a way to mock you. That's why it's important to affirm yourself. Don't look to others for thumbs up. That's why social media is no good, because it insinuates that someone is above us that will validate us with a thumbs up. We do not need validation. We validate ourselves. Now, the sign I was given. I was a prisoner as a teenager, and I was not like this. I was very frail. I worked out so I could protect myself. I was building a name for myself, and I got myself in a lot of trouble. They put me in the hole. They wouldn't let me go out the cell. It's called 23 and 1. I began losing my mind. Started talking to bugs and flies. I was so thirsty one day. Now, mind you, I'm against treating God like a genie. So I never asked the good Lord for anything. Rarely. This time I was so thirsty, just from being locked in and not eating properly. Miss Daisy's on us. Anyway, this time I was so thirsty from being locked in from 23 and 1 for weeks that I got on my knees and I said, Lord, may I please just have a fruit punch? Not even a minute later, a fruit punch, the packet of sugar, fruit punch that you mix in the water, flew through my cell. Not even a minute later. Exactly what I asked the Lord of. A man who doesn't ask the Lord for anything except forgiveness. That was the sign I was given. Because during those hard times, all I had was Jesus. Now, to gain the best fruits in life. To gain our dreams, to accomplish our goals and let nothing stop us, we must avoid the seven deadly sins. Here are some examples. Pride, foolish pride. Those who voted for Biden believing that it was a good choice. When interest rates have nearly quadrupled, no one can buy a house anymore. Gas prices have gone up. We're at war. That is foolish pride. Voting for a man who was on his deathbed. Greed, the promotion of war by people who sell guns. Lust, Puff Daddy about to lose everything because of his sexual urges. Envy, the government trying to destroy Donald Trump with hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in fines because he was a great man who had us all living good. Gluttony, being so successful and not satisfied, and then eating until you get a heart attack and die. Wrath, unlocking the jails and having inmates go to war against Ukraine. Sloth, not doing when you were able to do. Stay away from these seven deadly sins and your dreams will come true. This is a promise. To my selfless Spartans, I love you all. Train. We will forever protect and serve our loved ones and the good people of this earth. And to my good people, I thank you.